You saw him coming, but he never had a chance to react. And that was the day when he witnessed how one of his own completely ruined his work. A cloud that's filled with hate. You cannot be that great. He cries like a madman, he smells like a beer can. Intentions are good now to finish a match. All he does on the wall, he smashes bombs to pieces. Comes from him, that's how the chaos increases. Show must go on. The day when it happened, they fooled him, screwed him in every single way. A face that's filled with tears, a dream that disappears. He cries like a madman, he smells like a beer can. Intentions are good now to finish a match. All he does on the wall, he smashes bombs to pieces. God is on him, that's how the chaos increases. Normally, just they must be brainless. The band they are staying, I get on playing. The show must go on. Let's do a middle section. Time for the band to give you an erection. Show must go on. cries like a madman, he smells like a beer. Got intentions on you go to finish a battle. He turns on the wall, he smashes balls and pieces. Darkness torn in, that's how the chaos increases. He didn't know it was not his show. He turns on the wall, he smashes balls and pieces. Darkness torn in, that's how the chaos increases. Show must go on. It's the end of a lifelong dream. me out. Sometimes I think that I'm losing all my senses, frightened of what I'm becoming. But I know that I will come and just make way for kingdoms that I've heard of. Yeah. As you look into your mind, think about the things that you might hear. Visions from the great beyond. Clearly you react, you will respond. And as the moon tells its tales, you will never fail. Now is the time to look into your precious inner universe. Now is the time to look into your precious inner universe. Something inside is calling you. Believe it or not, you will know what to do. To fly, oh, to fly so high. Something inside is calling you. Believe it or not, you will know what to do. To fly high, to feel unnatural high. Oh. This is the mask you wear. You call it skin, you also call it hair. Breathing is to give and take. Our love will fill our lungs as we'll awake. And Mother Nature tells her tales. We will never fail. Now is the time to look into your precious inner universe. Now is the time to look into your precious inner universe. Something inside is calling you. Believe it or not, you will know what to do. To fly, oh, to fly so high. Something inside is calling you. Believe it or not, you will know what to do. To fly high, to feel unnatural high. lights on, shining sun in the sky. Then the winter comes, I am occupied buying things for my child. When I'm done, it is gone. Please come back, take it easy. Everyone should take it easy. You gotta slow down, everyone should calm down. Take it easy, everyone should take it easy. You gotta slow down before it's too late to stress us and strings I'm on the light. Say no. Years are passing by, I can deal with more wrinkles of building now, and my hands getting white. Then I fade away, getting older, sick. All I remember now is the smell of the string. Please come back, take it easy. Everyone should take it easy. You gotta slow down, everyone should calm down. Take it easy, everyone should take it easy. You gotta slow down before it's too late to stress us and strings I'm on the right. Say no. Move your body, hurry up now. I've got no time to waste. I'm so busy, gotta move on. Must be time for a dream. I must be there. Take it easy, everyone should take it easy. You gotta slow down, everyone should calm down. Take it easy, everyone should take it easy. You gotta slow down before it's too late to stress us and strings I'm on the right. Say no. All participating like when they were overwhelmed. Took the wheels to plan the trip. Everything was done to keep the cost down. But Jack was slow, of course. That so-called band stood ready to be towed away. They were all squeezed together in his rental car. Come to play. There's no chance, no way. But it's simple fact. There where you can act. A special guest indeed. chance, no way. But it's simple fact, no way you can have a simple fact, my
differ quite in height. I'm only 5'4" and she's almost an almost. I don't wanna lose my girl. The shot put her on mine. She will protect me and she's a real gourmet cook too. Oh my sonata, baby, Cupid's line. this is paid off pretty well. For you, they're all the same. This isn't your own game. Lord, how much does she tell me what's the score? A character like you never says a thing that's true. Not just of your kind, create disorder in one's mind. You are inside of me, you're my pain, my bricks, my walls, they soon will go insane. I still remember when we were one, all that dedication, and how I love that vibration. Why can't you see what you are doing? Only 'cause I'm there. Did you have to freeze our garden dead? It used to smell good from my flower bed. So we started water pipes unseen. It isn't how I like to be seen. I cannot stand this, I'm no longer a team. I still remember when we were one, all that dedication, and now I love that vibration. Why can't you see what you are doing? Only 'cause I'm there. All that dedication, and now I love that vibration. Why can't you see what you are doing? Only 'cause I'm there. Oh. You better run her in, don't jeopardize your stay. Put on that perfect smile and start sucking on. Hey, Mr. Landlord, nice to see you again. Always a joy when you're dropping by. We pretend to appreciate wicked games that he is playing. These certifies it rocks because of worries are growing large. All its inmates, they fear the one who's striking the game all dressed up, tailor-made suit and a tie from Giorgio Armani. He's striding with a smile. He's overjoyed when with loftiness as he bites the end of a large Cuban cigar. You better honor him, don't jeopardize your stay. Put on that perfect smile and start sucking on. Hey, Mr. Landlord, nice to see you again. days I sense a breath. I close my eyes, I'm flying. A mellow smell, I taste the air. I realize someone's right next to me. I feel a hand against my head. It makes me weak. I'm crying. No one's there to tell you when the moment's coming. You will never hear when there's a thunder, darling. Until the second that is all it takes. Everyone says they know how I feel, but I've got a move that won't kill. I see your eyes in every face. You look at me, but I'm afraid to look at you. I'm filled with guilt, I'm filled with grief. It hurts me so, it's painful. I hear your voice in every sound. You talk to me, but I'm too weak to talk to you. They say that time will heal the wound. How do they know? It's my wound. No one's there to tell you when the moment's coming. You will never hear when there's a thunder, darling. Until the second that is all it takes. Everyone says they know how I feel, but I've got a move that won't kill. Are you there? I am here. Everywhere you're in the air. Are you there? I am here. Everywhere you're in the air. Life isn't fair, you were taken away far too soon. I have to move on, 'cause I've got a wound that won't kill. I cry out to you like I've done many times before. I hope you listen to my prayer tonight. I'm in desperate need of help. I can't decide all by myself. The crossroads here, which path shall I stride?
I've been watching you since the day that I've died. Can you not feel my love just breeze by your side? cannot help you to make that choice, 'cause your destiny is sealed. My heart, my son.
How can I go back, leaving just pain and misery? No one should live the life that I do. But what will wait ahead? Maybe something even worse. God tried to see it from my point of view.
I've been watching you since the day that I've died. Can you not feel my love just breeze by your side? But I cannot help you to make that choice, 'cause your destiny is sealed. My heart, my son. Life is not fair, I should have told you all along from the start. You have to go back and need your help, it's your father.
There's no choice, he do it for me. This is what you all have been waiting for. Can you feel it in the air? You will get what you want and a little more. Just sit back, we will get you there. We have all kinds of creatures, more than your eyes have probably seen. They all have magic features, supernatural, believe in me. What is this? Are you not done? You should have done it long before. Watch it now, I don't care how. I won't put up with this no more. I'm sure it's not what you're used to. Sometimes you'll probably laugh. More importantly, we will make you feel sick, throw up, incredibly scared. Our tones don't need no makeup, they are just made that way. The strong man is so beefed up, he can lift himself up in the air. Is this not gone? Well, now you're done. You will taste my rage, leech. Prepare yourself for the bomb. I will slap you until you bleed. I am your master, I know you're all afraid. I will burn you if you won't obey. I am your master, and I will always be. You can run, but I will find you.
Never ever should I put our trust in this way. Now we know we're done forever.
But you saw me, her eyes looked my way. Oh, words cannot even explain. Well, her sway might be mine someday. I know that you're all so eager to see what we got in store. Tonight is a special evening, and manners there will be no more. Hold on to a friend or a neighbor. Oh, this will not be nice. I assure you he won't suffer. It's his personal sacrifice. Let this be a lesson learned, for you're not to be the end. Look at her, the way she's burned. Listen to my acknowledgement. I am your master, I know you're all afraid. I will burn you if you won't cannot even explain. And I will always be. You can run, but I will find you. I think that you saw me, your eyes looked my way, but words cannot even explain. I think that you saw me, your eyes looked my way. Or words cannot even explain when her hair sway. Might be mine someday. things clear. Louis released him, got ruling the ground. He just one gesture, he got it to calm his mind. They walked away hand in hand. Yeah, yeah, looking like us, but moving like them. They listen, they nod, they understand. If you come close, you'll see it clear. They listen, they speak, he's one of them.
Cats and dogs, nasty frogs, rats and rhinos, filthy rhinos.
Heat and some more are doing it with but moving like them. They listen, they nod, they understand. If you come close, you'll see it clear. They listen, they speak, I do it with
Simon Niklasson spelar bas.
Jens Appelgren, sångare och låtskrivare.
Jerry Salin, keyboardist och också låtskrivare.
Thomas spelar trummor.
Ola spelar gitarr.
Okej. Hur låter ni egentligen? Berätta om det.
Man kan säga så, tänk dig en av Beethovens symfonier. Där hela symfoniorkestern ersätts av en rockgrupp då. Och där stråkarna ersätts av keyboard. Och hela rytmen i symfonin ersätts av trummorna då. Och där hela melodin som följer i hela symfonin ersätts av en sångares stämma då. Ungefär så kan man säga att man kan beskriva det.
Ja, det var väl ungefär ett kvartal sen som jag pratade med Jens då. Vi var satt och snackade i kafeterian här på skolan om vår musikinfluenter då. Så kom vi in på Zappa och sen var det inte sprungit så jättelångt i symfonirocken visserligen. Sen började vi prata om att fan, vi får starta ett band och så. Hakade Ola då på, den kära gitarristen, han går nämligen i min klass. Sen hade Jens spelat med Jerry innan då. Vilket ledde till att han också började spela med oss. Och de hade då tillsammans jobbat på den här konceptgrejen då, Utopia of a Stepchild, som då blivit en milstolpe i Malmös symfonirockhistoria, enligt mig. Sen kom Simon också in på sina kära baspedaler och sin blåa bas senare och gav bandet ett rejält lyft. Faktiskt. Tack Simon.
Ja. Vi har ju många namn på gång, men vi kom inte överens om något direkt sådär. Det var Jens som kom på Fairyland, för det talar för så jäkla mycket tycker jag. Man ser det framför sig liksom när man lyssnar på musiken också. Just älvlandet liksom.
Älvarnas rike rent grammatiskt.
Ja, det är fint namn. Eller det vi har gjort hittills, det är skrivet på keyboard. Det är bara genom ett ljud jag kan få en idé och göra en låt liksom. Ja.
Mycket som kommer fram i replokalen också. Om Jerry har någon svinbra idé som det ofta är, så när vi börjar jobba på det allihopa så blir det ibland mycket bättre.
Ja, precis.
Kommer på häftiga grejer.
Det är väl just det här att grunden är liksom alltid Jerrys eller min komponering för keyboarden. Sen lägger vi på liksom gitarr, melodier och stämmor.
Lägger alla sina egna
instrument liksom till.
Vi är otroligt samspelta bara under den korta tid vi har spelat ihop. Det är ofattbart alltså. Första repan glömmer jag aldrig alltså. Det var helt kolossalt. Vi har aldrig träffat varandra typ. Vi går upp och du lägger någon grej på keyboarden så hakar alla på liksom. Sen blev det... Håren reste sig på armarna lite. Nu!
Vi har väl en dröm om att göra skiva, men det har liksom ännu inte varit så vi måste göra skivor, utan vi har så mycket grejer på gång som vill ut så att vi vill repa in det.
Ja, precis.
Just nu är det ju som musiken i första hand som vi ska ut.
Men drömmarna finns där.
Ja,
man brukar, när man går hem på kvällen eller något sånt, när man går hem från skolan då, så tänker man så ska det stå så här och så här på skivan liksom. Man har sina visioner då, men jag menar, vilket band har inte det?
Ja. Det är ju klart vi ska göra skiva.
Ja, det kommer.
köra för mycket med rökmaskinen när saken är klar. Kör med rökmaskinen nu.
Det är liksom 4 olika sådana. Titta. Hur ska jag kunna veta vilken den ska vara?
Isn't she wonderful? Life isn't so pretty. There's someone great. I never thought that I would be making models lovely as she. Isn't she lovely? Fan.
Chili black coffee.
Ja.
Så står han och filmar. Ja, nu svor jag. Nu kan vi ta med det.
Hur fan menar du då?
Ja, därför svor du? Ja, jag vill inte att min mamma ska höra det.
Så filosof.
Han behövde en Macbook. Och jag tog med min dator. Jävla flyt.
Mip makizunga, mip mappemoy, mip mapunga, Mr. Blue Sky.
Nu filmar jag så jag har motljusen där. Det blir skitbra. Kolla.
Ja, skulle haft lite smink.
Jo, det känns ja, det känns jävla märkligt.
Jag skulle ju kunna ställa, man borde kunna ställa.
Jag är inte deras största fan, men jag kan inte ta det ifrån med det.
Rör dig lite.
Ja, så simpelt och så jävla tajt så ingen kan härma det.
Nej.
Kan jag vara med?
Jag var faktiskt så...
Vad kul!
Ja. Men det var faktiskt inte...
I follow every move and every step. It's Thomas. It's lethal.
Filmar du eller?
Ja.
Har du lurar med dig? Ja, absolut. Där är ju sponsorn.
Där är sponsorn.
För att bara göra så.
Gör ett par stycken. Och när du tar upp det på marken så riktar du det mot dig själv redan nerifrån. Va?
Ja.
Så det ligger så här.
Ja.
Så lyfter du och tittar. Så tittar du så här.
Ja.
Och så går du.
Så jag ska gå bort.
Nej, jag tar
Nej, det är jag. Ja. Förlåt, jag tänker fel.
Ja.
Du lyfter upp den så. Svänger runt.
Ja.
Och så går du.
Ja.
Går du en bit bort, jag står där borta så ger du inte mig bort.
Ja.
Och då ska du bara ge den så här.
Ja.
Okej, nu ska jag lägga den på tummat här. Och då lägger jag ner den så här. Titta.
Ja.
Jag håller den i handen så och lägger den ner. Jag tror inte detta är så...
Jag vet inte var rätten kommit ifrån. Längst bak.
Så inte i munnen. Ingen fara. Jag klarar att ha den där.
Och så tar vi ditt spänbältet.
Det här kommer bli jättebra.
Ta spännband och bara dra över.
Det här kommer jävla spänn. Den här kommer bli bra.
Detta kallar jag selfie.
Ja.
Moving selfie.
3 selfies.
Ja.
Heja Eslöv! Heja, 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 heja!
Jag gör ett face så! Lite cola här man. Om det är den så...
Man bestämmer inte det. Står där.
Nu är jag lite slarvig här uppe men jag försöker...
Det är nog längst där som jag ska ta det.
Ja, men det är inte ett av mina ex. Jag skriver till tjejer ibland och skriver jag svenska. Det luktar bara vanilj.
Får jag lukta det om mitt
Det
glas?
luktar bara vanilj alltså. I'm sweet enough.
Personen hade nog uppskattat lite mer redan.
Det handlar om vad jag går in på. Hur menar du?
Ja, hon menar det.
Nu tar jag tillfället i ACT
Ska du sjunga någonting nu så måste jag filma.
och höja våra glas tycker jag vi ska göra. Och jag tycker vi ska höja våra glas för dessa fantastiska människor som har bjudit in oss i deras hem.
Ja, det är...
Absolut.
Utan det är
Simon,
inte en chans till
Sara, Lina, Jocke!
Vilken timing.
Tack så hemskt mycket.
Tusen tack.
Fasiken, det hade inte gått på något sätt utan er.
Ja, det är fantastiskt.
Helt omöjligt.
Verkligen inte.
Jävla tack.
Tack så mycket.
Nej, jag säger turn back.
Jaha, okej. 81. 81.
Är det 81?
Ja.
Ja, jag såg 82. Vi parkerar i köper vid en uteservering. Och bort.
Jag frågar då Simon.
Oj!
Ska vi dra ner den lite nu då?
Simon.
Jag måste se bort.
Och så du har armen fram.
Jag är ögonen jag är mycket längre än Matilda då. Det är det som är problemet. De är längre än mig.
Så ja.
Du ser att du är bakom.
Ska jag ha ögonen så?
Ja.
Men då måste jag stå här ju.
Ja.
Så ja, exakt som ögonen ja.
Och så tänk på att du ska skrika så.
Ja, det är
Så
värst.
att de tänderna syns. Så är jag.
Ja.
Så är jag.
Du står där. Jag gör inte alls det. Jag kommer där. I och med att det ska inte filma någonting. Det var trumma som ligger där. Action!
Katt.
2,8 kan vi nog göra. Så vi kör hela fram. Då kommer jag till masken. Där har vi regin.
Masken.
Börjar över så här liksom hänger på bordet och tittar på datorn. Fy fan så tråkigt. Sätter man ner i en exakt samma position. Jerry går fram, smäller i dörren. Och när han smäller i dörren då vaknar du till liv och tittar på dörren. Pang! Ja precis, vad fan var det? Och så reser du dig upp långsamt och fint. Du behöver inte göra det. Och du vet. Ja. Jag tror du fixar det på ett gå för det ska vara jävligt liksom. Ja, det ska vara lite så här, vad fan håller jag på med? Så att vi kör direkt. Ja, du kommer ut här. Jag kan ta det. När du har öppnat här, vi klipper här sen. Så flyttar vi kameran på utsidan in. Så då ska du öppna här. Då kommer du ut och när du kommer ut här precis när du öppnar, startar du ficklampan. Tänder du den. Och sen går du så här på det. Så går jag nära dig och filmar dig och sådär. Och sen så går du så här, titta på flackar. Så lyser du på liden så som du gör lite. Ja, precis. På den också kan du lysa lite grann. Där. Ja. Alla till jag.
see what's up, pipes on clean. It isn't how I'd like to be seen. I can't stand this, I'm no longer a teen.
He cries like a madman, he smells like a beer. Bad intentions are good though, to finish a bad show. He does on the wall, he smashes falls to pieces. Charges on in, that's how the chaos increases. Everyone runs, he's no, it was not his show. He does on the wall, he smashes falls to pieces. Charges on in, that's how the chaos increases. Show us your own.
I think I was 16 years old when I met Ulla for the first time. We were attending the same school, music gymnasium, pre-college sort of thing. In Sweden, college gymnasium we attended when we were 16 to 19 years old.
And we used to sneak away from, just skip classes and sit in the cafeteria instead. And in that cafeteria, the first idea of forming a band was actually... That's where it started.
Jens, our first singer, and Jens was a guy who was also at the school where Ulla and I went, and but he was studying drama.
Jens, he said, "I know a keyboard player," and he brought a demo tape, and me and Thomas, we listened to this demo tape.
Major epic song called "Utopia of a Stepchild" about a disillusioned kid who was, traveling between worlds, and it really, I don't know, I've never got to understand how his brain works.
It was a very strange, progressive, symphonic, very creative thing, and that was you.
We got to meet Jerry through him, and Jerry at the time was, I think he was studying to become a painter. Painting walls and stuff like that. Not a painter like Dali or something. And he had really long hair and a fleece jacket and, pants like he was weightlifting. A fashion misfit. But anyway, that was him. And he was obviously very talented. And we got to meet him for a sort of audition for the band when he played some rhythms. Actually, I remember now the first rhythm that he tried us out with was the basic rhythm ostinato for the Utopia of a Stepchild. It goes da 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 da. So that was my first encounter with Jerry. Really nervous, but hey.
I met this guy right after a gig. I played with my former band Push, and he was sent there by our former singer in A.C.T, Jens Appelgein, to check me out, really. And we talked after a gig. We talked for about an hour, and he seemed to be a really nice person, a cool guy. So
Peter was a friend of, or is a friend of Ola, a childhood friend, and they were. I think they were attending the same school between ages 7 and 15 or something.
Peter is my friend from childhood, so, and we used to play together in lots of bands. He's a drummer from the beginning.
He was a really good drummer, probably still is if he gets to practice a lot, but. We needed a bass player, and he had been playing some bass, and he just showed up with a borrowed bass at a rehearsal, and he joined the band quite shortly thereafter. So.
But when we started ACT, so and he heard us, he said, "I want to be in this band," and I said, "Of course you need to be in this band, but we already have a drummer." And he said, "Well, I'm selling my drums and I'm starting to play bass.
I can play bass, yeah.
Just please let me be in this band." So we said, "Sure, yes."
Yeah, that was cool.
The first one was Ola, met back in school. I think we were around 13 years old. Played together in different kinds of bands, and met the other ones in ACT, firstly as friends, and then started to play with them. And the last one I met was Herman. And that was, I think, at the same day that you tried out with the band, or the second rehearsal or something. And that was you.
Yeah, that was me. Ta-da!
We needed a singer because Jens Appelgren couldn't match I wrote very high-pitched melodies, and so he couldn't go that high. So we needed a new singer, and it was through you, wasn't it? Or
through, I mean, Herman went to the same school as me, Thomas, and Jens. So, but he was 1 year above us. And so we had heard him playing at like this. We had school gigs and stuff like that. So that's how we knew that Herman was a great singer. So I think it was Thomas who said, "Let's try out Herman."
I got to play an ensemble with the guys and girls who was 1 year older than me. So he was singing in that really high-pitched voice, and short guy. And we played a lot of fusion and slick West Coast material. And I just, when we needed a new vocalist, the first person I ever got to think of was Herman, because Jerry always complained that Jens never really got to, hit the high notes, because he has a very high-pitched voice himself while singing. So he writes in those keys. So we needed a guy with a really high-pitched voice, and that was Herman.
And they asked me if I wanted to come and sing in their band. And I said, "Well, I can do that." They said that they liked my singing, and so they got me a tape, and I listened to what they had done, and then I come to the rehearsal room, and they said, "Well, now we're not going to sing that song you heard on the tape, because now it's a new song, and it's called Why Bother?"
And we met in our teens, long before ACT, actually. It was you and Ola, we were rehearsing with some friends of mine, and you were borrowing our rehearsal room, and you were playing on my drum kits. Do you remember? And you didn't know that I was supposed to come to the rehearsal that day. So when I came in, you get scared, because I didn't know. I don't think you knew that I knew that you were borrowing my drums. Yeah, never mind. And we got so impressed with each other because we were sitting really low on the drum throne. So we started discussing about how low can you sit, actually.
How low can you go?
Yeah, how low can you go? Exactly. Yeah. So we hit it off immediately, and didn't start to play together. I think that was 10 years later, maybe. I don't know. Never mind.
I started out probably as every kid does, listening to your dad's material. I had this little Philips cassette deck that my dad always, he made me mixtapes with Jerry Lee Lewis and Little Richard and stuff like that. And I was thinking, this was the shit. This was really heavy music.
I played the trumpet in the start, so I listened a lot to Tower of Power and Blood, Sweat and Tears. But when I met these guys and I told them what influences I had, Jerry told me, you can't listen to that. You should listen to this. And then he put together a tape, like this tape, and he said, it said Herman's tape. And he on there he put like Genesis, Rush, Kansas, Styx, Dream Theater, and all
Saga
of these
as well.
Saga, yeah, ELO, yeah. And I listened to this, and he told me, "Now you listen to this all the time and everywhere you go." Okay, I did.
That sounds like.
And he was so right. But he was so right. A new world of music opened up to me.
I have the exact same influences today as I had when I was a kid, actually. More or less. I grew up listening to Electric Light Orchestra, the Beach Boys, the Beatles. And later on, I went straight into the prog thing with Kansas, Saga, Rush, Genesis, 10cc, of course. So I still love those bands today. So
I agree with all those bands. I just want to. It wouldn't be fair not to mention Dream Theater, because we started around '94, and they came out with Images and Words '92, and they really changed everything for progressive symphonic music, and they changed everything for me. So when I started with A.C.T, they were my big influence.
Black Sabbath, Led Zeppelin, Deep Purple, all the old rock, but also Beatles very much as well. So when I discovered music when I was young and really wanted to be a rock star, I was like Iron Maiden. That was it. I was sold.
Later on, I got to Gentle Giant and Genesis and Zappa and stuff like that, and just starting to explore the 70s, and just got into jazz and singer-songwriter. So it was kind of a messy background, I think, but very a wide palette of music.
Black Sabbath, Deep Purple, and Iron Maiden, Mötley, all the 80s and 70s scenes. But it wasn't until I heard Rush, actually, that was when I was totally blown away. Then I realized that this is what I got to do. I got to play the drums.
The Utopia of a Stepchild, the 22-minute epic song, was the first one we did, I think.
I would say The Utopia of a Stepchild. A massive epic piece, around 23 minutes of music. I think that was the first one.
Yeah,
sure.
That's not how I remember. I remember another song called Lost in Space.
Yeah.
Because me and Peter, we went to a concert like in 91 maybe. We saw a band called Images. It was you and some other guys. You were two keyboard players.
Yeah.
And I remember you played this song Lost in Space. So when we met, I mentioned this for you. I like the song Lost in Space.
The first one I learned was like the old demo songs, but the first real song with A.C.T was Why Bother? That was the first one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That was mine too.
No, that was mine.
Yeah, but it was mine.
Which
too.
one is yours?
Yeah, Why Bother?
I was not in the band at this time, but as I was saying before, I was rehearsing at the room next door, and I remember very vividly you guys playing Abandoned World, and I was just in awe because it was a really cool song. I still think so to this day.
Today's report was, a labor of love, I guess, and constructed over a couple of years, because we had lots of time to write the songs and really, get into all the details and quirkiness.
I don't remember actually.
Well, I remember that me and Jerry were at his parents' place, and he lived in a small cottage. outside his parents, and me and Jerry lived there week out and week. No, we didn't live together, but I remember he had his little small keyboard in there, and he learned melodies to me, and we sang, both of us. So many of the songs I know was produced in that little cottage.
I don't remember how things. I thought about this, but I can't remember what happened, how we got the record deal, or how we started. I just know we did lots and lots of demos, and we rehearsed those songs for like 5 years.
Yeah.
But wasn't it like Janne Stark?
Yeah, I think it was. But yeah, it was through Herman anyway. Herman had recorded an album there with his former band at the studio Underground in Västerås. So it was through him we got in contact with the studio.
Västerås is not Westeros in Game of Thrones, mind you, but anyway. So we went there and recorded in a hurry. I think we had 10 days or something. Then we had to come back to do the rest of the album a bit later because we had so many overdubs to do. We just arranged ourselves into madness.
I remember when we were recording Today's Report, the song The Chase, we had played it so many times. We had done like several demos of it, and we never changed the song. It was like it was when you wrote it, right? But when we recorded it, we skipped like a whole section of the song. So I think it was Thomas Erlandsson who started with the drums. He skipped the part, and Peter did his bass. He skipped the part as well. I did the guitars. I skipped, and when you started to play, you skipped it as well. And afterwards, we were like, "Wait, something is missing." So we had to do the whole song over again.
Yeah, and it was a huge bit. It wasn't like 4 bars or anything. It was a huge bit.
I think it was a whole middle section or something.
That's really strange. Really strange.
We lived there at the studio in an old slaughterhouse underground, and that's the name, Underground, Studio Underground. So, and a lot of shit happened in that place. I remember the guys did many movies.
Åk inte med din pappa. Sluta nu! Nu kommer jag här med en tid för att han blir arg.
Nej, Thomas, sluta med det nu. Så, nu tar vi lägg i den. And it was so funny. So much happened there.
Should release that on DVD.
Yeah, maybe. Extra material, maybe.
The engineer, Pelle, he trusted us, so he gave us the key to the studio. So we worked there alone at night. So we came up with pretty cool arrangements during the night sessions. So it was cool.
Remember that the toilets, you have to walk through a really long dark corridor because he was repairing the toilet. Up some stairs and through another corridor, dark corridor, and then reach the toilet. So you used to sneak after me when I went to the toilet. So one day when I came out out in this dark hallway, I heard something. I turned around, and that was your face. You were standing there, and I started running, screaming. And I remember I was screaming, "What a horror!"
I knäna, jag blev helt arg. Jag bara känner fenomen. Jag skriker. Och så står du då.
And I think I still haunts you. Revenged you later on.
Yeah. Today when I listen to it, I think it's a great album because considering the fact that we were like 20, 21 when we were recording it and playing it, it's extraordinary. If I had heard a 21-year-old play that way today, or even write songs like that today, I've been blown out of my mind. But we probably should have recorded it in like a live session because we played too statically and paid too much attention to details.
på tillbaka.
Sometimes I think that I'm losing all of myself, that's right, and of what I'm becoming. But I know that I can't help them if they just make way for kingdoms that I've heard of.
Good morning, here's the daily update. A new strain of HIV, the newer form of HIV, has been reported to have infected 1,000 people in the New York area in the past 6 months. It is claimed that HIV can lead to death within 1 year of infection. In other news, scientists claim that they have come up with a perfectly safe method of cloning human tissue. One of the happy scientists says, now we can bring back Elvis.
Ja, det var perfekt in. Det var bra.
I'm not sure if this is my soul that they'll see.
Lite snabb in på maj.
Come dance with me. Everyone is free to join if you join my world. Nature will. Nej, inte igen.
His eyes are nice, just one look, you can tell he's a crook.
Ja, det var alltså denna veckan. Vi har varit och spelat in en skiva uppe i
Very, very young and but still very, very proud of that album.
Yeah.
The songs are strong. The melodies are strong still. So
I'm also really proud of it. When I think about it, we wrote and arranged most of the stuff when we were under 20. So when I listen to it today, and like those are guys that are below 20 years or around 20, it impresses me.
when we got the deal to today's report through MTM, they wanted a following album pretty quick.
Imaginary Friends captured more of what we really were. It's a bit more intense, higher BPMs, and just stacking the arrangements and stacking the songs a lot more.
Snygg bänk.
We are more confident on Imaginary Friends and we experiment more.
Absolutely. And it was a totally fresh beginning, fresh start with new songs. Because on the debut album it was we had lived with those songs for so many years before we recorded them, and when we knew we were going to record the second album, we started fresh, so it was cool.
I think it's a very, very huge step for us between Today's Report and Imaginary Friends, just arrange-wise in the songs and everything.
Yeah,
it's a huge step.
I think it's a lovely album. I love that album, but the sound on it isn't very good. I don't like that. It's too distorted. The whole sound is so distorted, and guitar is like here and the vocals are here. And it's too bad, I think.
Snyggt!
It's the first album that we actually used real strings, a real string section, and that was a dream coming true for me personally. You know, growing up listening to ELO and all that, so it was great to hear and it added a new spice to our sound.
Though I think it's poorly mixed, but the songs are great, even though I was kind of absent when it comes to the lyric writing, except for Svetlana. Who writes a song about shot putters? Seriously.
It's too intense, but it's wonderful, but too intense.
Smart music. We could have done like 3 albums in those songs.
Yeah, with all those ideas.
Still, I think it's a more grown-up album than Today's Report, actually.
Yeah.
I think it's, even though there's a lot of stuff going on in the songs, it's more songs. Never mind, I can't explain.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
For me, the album is like a beast we couldn't control. It's like we were like overconfident. The songwriting was wild. The arrangements were wild, and we couldn't really find each other in that mess. So it was pedal to the metal all the way through.
Yeah.
But it has its charm. That's a good thing about the album. At the same time, we couldn't stop ourselves.
So experimental, and I love that.
I don't know, really. I think he was tired of the music at the time. He said he wanted to do something else. We were pretty shocked because we didn't see it coming. He just said that, I want to do something else.
Well, I knew something was wrong with him because when he had recorded his stuff, he went straight home. And on the first album, he used to stick around and come up with fresh ideas and stuff. But this time he just went home. So we thought, okay, that's odd. And then at the rehearsal, a couple of weeks later, he dropped the bomb, like, I'm going to quit the band. I went, what? Why? And he said he wanted to experiment more with different kinds of music. He went into the hip-hop scene and all that. So yeah, that's pretty much how I remember it.
That's how I remember it too.
We had our thing going, like ACT, and this is how we wanted to be. But he was like, wanted to improvise all the time with the songs. And so maybe that's why he felt that it was time for him to leave the band.
I had to leave the band because I was feeling a bit locked in. We were doing the same thing constantly, I think. No criticism, because that's what people do. And I don't, you know, put any kind of valuation into that. But I felt that I was experiencing so much when going to a music college and academy, learning about different styles. I was playing a lot of African music and going into hip hop and EDM, and I just wanted to explore lots of other kinds of styles.
But I can't say that we didn't know what to do. I mean, we did know who we were going to call.
I left the band, and 1 year later they went on a 3-week tour of Europe, and yeah, well.
Thomas Erlandsson and Thomas Lejon, they are very different drummers. I would say that Thomas Erlandsson, he's more of a songwriter. So he thinks like a songwriter when he's playing. And Thomas Lejon is more into these subtle details.
Rhythm master.
He's more of a drummer's drummer. So what he did was maybe tighten up the sound a bit.
The structure, he's playing what he's playing, and we know that this is going to be like it was. So it's two kinds of drummers live, I think, and that was a big difference for me.
And he brought some really cool experimental ideas that we could like hang on to.
Yeah. And the heaviness as well.
Yeah.
He brought a little bit more heaviness to. He's a hard-hitting guy, so. We became a little bit more heavy, I think.
You better honor him, don't jeopardize your stay. Put on that perfect smile and start sucking up.
It's about a building.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
It's building.
No, but I think it was, at the time we were all living in apartments. And we were, when we were going to do the album, we talked about it. Why not do like different apartments and different life stories and like that?
It's partly about the house. He's talking as well. He's thinking about the people living there. Why are you not acting together? Why are you hating each other? You should love each other instead.
And it was pretty easy because we all had neighbors who were strange.
Who doesn't?
No, that's right. And then we just fantasized with that and came up with all these kind of characters.
And the building itself is like a metaphor for the earth, wasn't it?
Yeah. That's how we thought about it. And we had Ted the gardener. He was taking care of the house and the flowers and stuff like that. And he saw all these things, but he couldn't do anything about it.
It was so fun to do because me and Ola did almost. You did some lyrics too, but we did the story to the whole concept last epic, and it was so fun to work with all these characters.
I think this is the first album where we start to tame the act beast. This is where we tighten up. It's more distinctive. It's more distinct. It's more dynamic. I think we started to practice what we learned from today's report and Imaginary Friends. All the lessons learned, we took those. And this is the first time we actually were more involved in the production. We actually had that much confidence to tell the engineer what we wanted, and we knew how we wanted things to sound. So in that way, that made the album much better, I think.
This was the first time I recorded with ACT. It was the first time I met Pelle Säter as well, the producer guy. And he was always kind of hard with the new guys. He'd been hard with you on today's reports, and now it was my turn. And it was a part of kind of Latino drum part I was doing, that he was not satisfied with it, and he would keep telling me, no, had to do it again, do it again. So we did like 20 takes, and then I got in the mixer room and explained that, no, Pelle, this is the way I want it. What? So I did it right the whole time. For me, that's one of the parts that sticks out.
You give me strength to want to give. I know you feel my love. I can see it in your eyes.
I like all the stuff going on in between songs that binds the songs together. And there's specifically one part that I like more than others. It's between Torn by a Phrase and Ted's Ballad.
We drove up to Västerås to the studio together, just you and me. And you keep saying in the car that, man, this album is gonna be the best album of ACT. And I wasn't sure, actually. I didn't know, but you were spot on. You knew.
If I meet someone who hasn't heard ACT, that's probably the album that I would show him. Or her. Hen.
That is the most important album that we've done. We did 2 before that, but this album was when it started to happen something. We have done 2 albums, and we've found ourselves what we wanted to do with the music and how we write songs. And at the same time, we got offered to go on tour.
For everything.
So we didn't forget anything.
I haven't been back there, I'll just come out to see where you were.
Du kollade allting så att det inte var någonting kvar där.
Det var ingenting i omklädningsrummet.
I had a look, but I couldn't see anything.
Do you want me to go and check?
Jag kan gå på från den sidan.
Pigg och vaken eller?
Ja.
Nej, Valenti of Advice kommer tvåa. Ja, då är det Jerry. Eller vem är det? Gjort. Det är jag, det är jag sa.
Ja, men vi ska ju ha det i...
Paris is like a year in any other place.
In Paris is like a year in any other place. One night in Paris is like a year in any other place.
Thank you very much.
So I think that we did grow a lot during that time, and then silence came.
Yeah. Everybody's told us we needed to be more accessible, and we thought we needed to be more accessible. Everybody told us that you got to be more mainstream. At all gigs, they said you are fantastic. You have it, but you need to be more.
Yeah, you need to stick to the point.
Yeah, you need to be more straight. The music needs to be simpler.
We were recording with Martin Hedin, my co-member in my other band and drummer that I'm playing with, and we had done like 2 or 3 albums at this point, so for him and me to be working together again was like easy peasy. We knew each other inside out.
He stinks. He stinks a lot of sweat.
Yeah.
After the drum stuff.
Yes.
It was a great experience because we decided to record in Malmö, our hometown, this time. So we gave it more time in between takes and in between sessions. So that was great.
Look at this. This is the only symbols I can afford. And I like to use them.
Den var bra. Jag tycker vi lyssnar på den.
Now it's the afternoon of day 3 and we are in the middle of Silent Scream, and then I'm ready.
Oh my god.
And then it's up to the other guys.
Then it's vacation for you.
Yeah.
A very long vacation.
Yeah, I'm going to Bahamas. It was a real pleasure for me to record Silence.
And to record, I recorded all the keyboard parts and backing vocals at my apartment. So that was very good.
It felt strange actually, because the other times we rehearsed all the songs, went into the studio and stayed there for a couple of weeks, like working from early morning to the middle of the night, just everything in. And this time we were going to do everything by ourselves. So it was all spread out. I sat at home playing a synth bass, and then the drums were recorded at a school.
Yeah.
So it was all spread out. In a short time it felt like, are we really recording an album or are we just trying to put together some ideas?
That's the more modern way.
Yeah.
It was a much more relaxed recording. So the other albums, they were really stressed.
Yeah.
I was so stressed out during last album. So we really tried hard to make the music more accessible, but I don't think we succeeded.
No, I don't
and I'm
think so.
really happy we didn't, because that's not our thing.
Sen är det svårt. Ja, men där var den.
It's less experimental than the other albums, and it has a softer side to it. It's very well arranged and everything.
To see people in pain and to bleed. Det blir inte fel i det.
Ja, men people, det är ju Bob Marley.
Ja då. It was a new thing to work with Martin. And he did a lot for me in the studio too, because I always need Jerry to push me and you guys and Ola too, but mostly Jerry. But then Martin came in and he pushed me in another way and made me realize there was something else I was thinking about. And you always need those inputs to do a good job. I like it very, very much. It's a very big album for me personally. Great songs. The long one on Silence is the favorite one. Yeah, it's really good. I was going to say that too, because the long one on Silence is just...
I like the whole feeling of that song. There's something, you can't put a finger on what it is. It's just
I kind of look at Silence as... I'm really proud of it, first of all, but I look at it as a sidetrack. We tried something, and it was important that we tried it, and we learned something from it, and I can listen to it and I can enjoy it. But for me, it was a sidetrack.
Yeah, I agree.
We had been playing together for like 14, 15 years.
Yeah.
I think it was okay. We just needed to take a breath, enjoy life for a while.
Yeah.
Or do other projects and stuff like that.
I really don't know, because we started to rehearse a couple of years earlier, and then it just stopped.
Fyra sådana här. Eller fem. 3, 5.
rehearsing the same things over and over again.
It's really boring.
And that was the first break. But then we decided to try again. And we did the same thing again. So I don't know why it took 8 years, but...
No, that's funny.
Every time we met, we had to remember what we did the last time because it was so long between rehearsals.
Yeah.
And I think it kind of naturally, it just faded away.
I got my first kid at that period, and I wanted to... I gave it full time with my family, so I actually stopped listening to music for about a year. I didn't write anything, I didn't listen to it.
We nearly didn't talk to each other, so it felt like it has John.
Well, it crossed my mind, but I never wanted it.
I just knew that we were going to continue.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know where, I didn't know when, but...
It was a terrible way to go out with the Silence album, just as you say, with Silence as a side step. And it wasn't fair, not to us, not to the fans, to just stop after that album. So, and I started to write new songs, and so did you, and presented it to each other, and we thought they were really great. So we can't end it here. So we brought the thing together again. So,
but wasn't it like we had like a barbecue party?
Yeah, right.
At Herman's place.
I invited you guys up to my home. And we had a barbecue and drank a lot of beers, and
that was what was starting the ball rolling.
Yeah.
And we drank a lot and listening to ACT all evening, and it was great.
I remember during the evening we were discussing that why is always our long songs and the concept albums the best one? We agreed upon it that was what we were going to do.
Yeah. That's right.
Why don't we make another long one? That was the deal. And the morning after, I woke up with this idea, like, oh, I got this concept. Shouldn't it be about a circus, an old circus or something? And so everybody hooked on that.
It's going to be about a circus. Guys, I have it. We're gonna have a circus. We just, okay.
So that's how it started.
Well, it's about a circus, and it's. I think the circus theme is something that fits us pretty well. I know since we started this band, everybody has told us you sound like a mix between circus music and something else, or circus music and metal, circus music.
Yeah, we heard it all.
It's always like this. So when I think circus theme is kind of a cliche for progressive symphonic, but somehow we like to play around with cliches. It's kind of our thing, so it fits us well. And when we started playing around with the story, we came up with this animal tamer who had a magical system. He could talk to animals. We had this freak who was longing for living a normal life. We had this manager who was controlling everybody at the circus. We had this line dancer who was afraid.
Yeah.
We had a couple of characters we really liked, and we kind of made the story revolve around these 5, 6 characters.
It's all made up.
Probably not based on a true story.
No, it's not. No, it's not. I know for a fact that it's not.
Hallå då! Välkommen!
Tackar.
didn't rehearse the songs before recording them, and they felt so fresh, and it was totally new feeling in the recording room. And for me, it's reflecting on the CD, on the music, the freshness. I mean.
Yeah.
Ja, visst. Det var mycket som var bra här. Hur många dagar tog det att spela in den här plattan?
Ja, vad fan. Lördag, söndag, måndag, tisdag.
4 dagar alltså. 11 låtar på 4 dagar.
Ja.
Vad tror du då? Tror du det blir ett mästerverk då?
Ja, det tror jag. Jag tror det blir... Tillbaka till A.C.T. Så Silence var nog en detour där. Alltså när det blir... gamla goa stuket igen alltså. Det känns helt klart så. Gött. Det är gött som fan med konceptplatta också. Jag gillar det. Last Epic My Ass.
Parts and so many characters in that song. I think I have like 4 different characters, and I go from to everything.
You'll never forget his face forever in your mind. Haunt you in your dreams. Vem är det som gör de här melodierna? Forget his face forever stuck in mine. Nej, forever in your mind.
Vem fan har skrivit texten?
Ah, shit!
On the wet grass, he leaned against the fence of the road. He's breathing on his heavy and mentally what's done. Another day at the circus, my friends. Another day at the circus, my friends. Another day at the circus, my friends. I'll take my pen. I'll take. This is what you've all been waiting for. Can you feel it in the air? You will get what you want and a little more. Just sit back, we will get you there. We have let this be a lesson learned. You're not defeated. Look at her, the way she's burned. Listen to my acknowledgement.
This is actually my favorite part of the making of an album, to work on backing vocals. And there will be lots of backing vocals on this one. I'm gonna give you a little taste of what I've been doing so far.
Louis the Tamer, remarkable man, with just one movement, yeah, yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, it's the best we've done.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of course.
It has it all. I think you can absolutely hear Two Days Report in that album, and absolutely the guitars from Imaginary Friends in that one, and the catchy ones from Last Epic.
Yeah, it's totally a extension of
and the
Last
production
Epic.
from Silence.
Yeah.
So it's a mixture of all those.
I think all of our guys has matured a bit as well as players. I mean, we're still the same players, but I think we're more mature. So maybe the break was a good thing.
Herman is a dancing maniac on stage, and you remember when he actually fell off the stage at one point when we were on tour with Saga in 2003, I think it was. So I was playing along with my keyboards and looking up, saw Herman dancing around, and the next second I looked up, he was gone. He was like, where the hell is Herman? And I saw him in the audience like this. And
it was pretty scary because that was a really high stage.
Yeah.
It was one of the highest on that tour.
A long fall, yeah.
It was quite early in the morning, and Herman and I thought, wow, this is a beautiful day.
Yeah.
We're in the mountains in Austria.
A spring day in April.
Love is in there.
Yeah.
and
we took hand in hand.
We took a stroll.
Just strolled off.
Yeah, and at last we found the tram, and we went up and we drank Jägermeister, and we were hammered on. And
I kept your pace there, and I was just...
Yeah, and we delayed the bus for a couple of hours.
Yeah.
And, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. They called us, where the fuck are you?
Yeah.
We're up the mountain.
Yeah,
it was fun.
One of them are like standards. This one we have to play.
Yeah.
And then we throw in some new ones.
We all get to pick songs, and then I think it's Jerry who puts the set list together, the final one.
Mainly, yeah.
But we all get to choose.
Yeah, he makes them work.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I've noticed one thing at the gigs we've done now, since we got back together, is some of the songs that we consider a must play. Isn't necessarily the crowd pleaser this nowadays as it was a couple of years ago. Something I've noticed.
South America has totally blossomed right now. We get fans, emails from guys from Brazil and like every day. So pretty cool. We gotta go there someday.
Absolutely.
That's pretty fun because we have it all over the place, all over the globe. I saw.
But where it's the biggest fan base, I don't know.
I think we have a strange fan base.
Yeah.
We have everything from 5 to 90.
Yeah. But it wasn't like that in the beginning.
No, in the beginning, everybody
middle-aged.
was 10 years older than us.
Yeah, at least, yeah.
When we were 20, our audience was 30, 40.
Yeah. And all men.
Yeah, when we
all
started
bearded
out.
men.
Yeah.
But we can't say that because that's our age now.
Yeah, that's right. But nowadays, the older men got kids.
Yeah.
And they played our music to them, so it's...
Forced them to come along to the shows.
So now we have younger people at the shows.
Now we have girls.
Yeah. A couple of them.
Yeah, 5.
5.
A.C.T means so much to me that I'm making you guys a string orchestra tribute. Check this out.
Hi, I'm Dave Sinclair, aka Colonel Solo. I've had the pleasure of being on tour with the band twice as a roadie and selling their merchandise. Got to know the band intimately. Fantastic bunch of guys. Got to know their fans, fellow fans like myself. Couldn't ask for any better fans. They put on a fantastic gig. I love the albums. They are the best progressive rock band in my eyes that are out there. now.
This is my life, get off my track, my soul's still mine. My soul's still mine.
ACT, what ACT means to us.
ACT! Oh, they're really nice and funny guys, but it's not like they're the most important thing in our world.
และนี่ก็คือวง A.C.T ที่มีซาวด์อันแสบดาบแล้วก็ดูดกลืนความเป็นมนุษย์ของคุณเลยทีเดียวมาดูกันว่าจะเป็นยังไงต่อไป
Been to Malmö for several times just for ACT. Last year I couldn't make it. This is the reason.
ACT is my favorite band out today. Their melodies are so infectious they get caught in your head for hours, but you love every second of it because their music is just amazing.
Hej, mitt namn är Alexander.
Hej, Chris. Och det här är vår ACT-tavla som vi vill visa er.
Vi vill tacka ACT för fantastiska år med musiken och hoppas att vi släpper en ny skiva snart.
Och att ni kan spela på vårt själva.
Hi guys from Spain. Just want to say that you make the funniest prog rock in the world, and this thing is the best album I heard in years. So please keep making that funny music, guys. You rule. Thank you.
ACT for me means expression. There are so many different emotions, influences, and they're all implemented in such a wonderful way. It's so masterful.
You better honor them, don't jeopardize your stay. Put on a perfect smile and start sucking up. ACT rules, yay!
ACT is the B-E-S-T, best. They are the best.
ACT mean everything to me. They are my entire childhood. They're my first favourite album, my first favourite song, Emily, the first live band I ever saw. They are everything. They are the soundtrack to my childhood and still now.
Thank you for sending your songs to Japan. It's my treasure. I love ACT.
I am Alessandro from Italy and this is my super collection.
A truly gifted band, A.C.T. Truly Gifted Man från Circus Pandemonium. Många fräcka låtar och härligt tema. Gött jobbat. Hoppas få se er snart igen. A Truly Gifted Band. Okej, hej då!
Hola, soy Samuel.
Y yo soy Carlos.
And we love your music, ACT.
Woo! Please come to Mexico and never forget us. Okay? Yeah!
ACT has taught me that in a world full with mainstream pop music, there are bands who seek a subtle and advanced type of really, really cool rock music.
Hello, greetings from Spain.
Standing in awe in all your grace, you emanate hope to me. You make me want to live. You give me strength to want to give. And I know you feel my life. I can see it in your eyes.
Hey guys, I'm Paulo from Brazil, and you are my favorite band since I first listened to Take It Easy about 10 years ago. So I just want to say a huge thanks to you all for all the amazing music you've done. Keep acting guys, you rock. Muito obrigado.
Hej ACT! Vi älskar er så jättemycket för att ni tycker så mycket om ABBA, och det gör vi också. Ni är helt underbara.
I am sorry I can't help you. I'm Kenny from Sweden and I just love the band.
Hola, soy Marcelo de Argentina. Sigo la banda desde el 2007. Esta es mi remera y esta es mi colección. We love you guys. Rock on, baby.
Hey guys, I'm Osvaldo, I live in Brazil, and I'm a great ACT fan. I wish you all the best with this new DVD. I want to see you soon here in Brazil. The sooner the best, okay? Your music brings joy and happiness for fans all around the world, and I'm one of them. Thank you so much and keep on rocking, baby.
You better honor them. Don't jeopardize your stay. Put on that perfect smile and start sucking up.
Hey, Mr. Landlord, nice to see you again. Always a joy when you're dropping by.
Hello guys, we have just arrived in Mars just to record a message for you. And the message is, I feel like I'm no longer touching the ground.
So, what was the question again? Sorry.
What are your plans for the future?
We're going to double it, not 8 years, but 16 years of silence. Yeah, that's the big plan.
That's a good idea.
That's a good idea.
Hopefully. Are you writing songs at the moment, Ola?
No, I don't have one single song actually.
No.
Do you have anything?
No, me neither.
So maybe we should start to write some songs.
Absolutely. Let's go.
Yeah, that's all I got so far. But maybe something to work with.
Yeah, I have an idea because Ola, you don't know this, but Ola is also a writer. He writes books.
Yeah. You can't call yourself a writer if you haven't actually finished one book.
But wouldn't that be a good idea if we make a concept of one of your ideas?
It might actually take 16 years.
And we must play whole circus pandemonium from start to finish.
Yeah.
I don't know when, I don't know where, but we have to do it.
Yeah. And maybe we should bring in some real clowns, some jugglers, some line dancers.
Maybe we should do this.
A tamer, maybe.
A real lions, a real tigers.
I don't think Sitting in a room, in a dark room, all alone,
just thinking.
So there you have it, the new ACT album.
Yeah. A guy in a room, alone.
He doesn't know where he come from, and where he's just not. I think we should do a horror movie. For real?
Yeah.
I mean,
movie?
We should, we should do it.
Make some music to it.
Yeah. Maybe a musical, horror musical.
We haven't done a horror movie.
Where do we see us in 10 years from now?
Hopefully we can finish one album in 10 years.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Yeah.
I'm not very comfortable here now.
No, me neither. Me neither.
Strange.
I want to go.
Actually, I'm telling you, nigga, I'm leaving the band.